continuing our theme of projects along the river front or down the Barwon. We're here with Barwon Business Park developer Phil Petch. So welcome.
Thanks,
welcome
Michael.
to Props. So Phil, stranger to the Geelong development scene. You've done the R Hotel, View Apartments,
Devlin
and
Apartments,
the Devlin.
yes. It's been a good 15 years.
So it's all been apartments.
Yes.
Why a business park along the river?
Well, I've always thought commercial would work in Geelong. This is what we're doing here is A-grade strata title, own your own, commercial offices.
So we've got 20 offices?
Yes, and so it's always been in the back of the mind, and this site came up, and I just thought it's so good that it would really work.
Well, it is an iconic site, isn't it? Like, so for viewers' interests point of view, just over that fence 200 metres away was where Harrison developed the first
That's right.
freezer, really,
Yes.
in the world. It was developed here on
Across
Geelong's
over
Barwon River,
Crown
just
Land, that's right.
on the other side of the fence, and there's a cave over there where he kept the ice.
That's right.
Apparently, isn't there?
That's right.
So it's an iconic part of Geelong. But as we said previously about the Barwon River has always been where things started in Geelong. Everything sort of all commerce and Geelong's industrial base all started from here and built out, and it has always been iconic of where everything's going. And strata office ability to own your own office is something that I think there's a massive need for in Geelong, and pretty hard to find as a business owner, isn't it, Mike?
Well, strata office I don't think's really happened at this level. I can't actually remember the last project. So
how many times have you told developers and they've come to you and said, what should we do in Geelong? You say strata offices, and you don't get too many actually following through with it.
No, but then that's right. So, fortune favours the brave, so they say. But of the 20, and look, full disclosure, we're actually Gartland, the agents, the selling agents of the Barwon Business Park, and it's been a marvellous project to work on because there is a gap in the market, and I think 12 of the 20 have sold, and we're just about to start development here.
Yes. So Island Brown are building, they're on site now, site sheds are going up, and off we go.
As a valuer, I was looking at the sale prices, and particularly when you started marketing it the first time, and I think I said, there's no chance you'll get those numbers. and I did. I didn't back it originally. I thought there's no way. But you've actually got the numbers, and you've actually sold off 60%, and you've proven a market exists, more importantly. Sometimes you have to do that.
I think it's also, it's not just your standard sort of commercial product, it's a bit of a hybrid.
Yeah.
Like we've got lots of balconies, we've got terraces, you've got the views of the river, views of the hills.
The clever design is really why you got the values, isn't it? Because you've designed this with the views, like you say.
Yeah.
They look great. They're fantastic. But the price point's got there because of the design. The designs are fantastic. How did you come up with those types of designs?
Well, I've used Mark Ratwick, who's a local architect for our association goes back 30 years now. He's a residential architect.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of sort of bringing in the smarts from a residential development into a commercial world.
It's funny you say that because they do look like townhouses.
Well, you can see that in the design, and I think being this location right on the river, they had to have like a real architectural element to them, right? So they're not just hard concrete boxes.
But it's also post-COVID, so you've got to, it's not about employers, it's not about you or I, it's all about the workers, the employees. It's make it attractive for those guys to come
around the river.
Path down here.
We've got a cafe on site as well.
I tell you, there's a great barista too.
That's a really common thing with what Cam's done at the wool stores that we just talked about last episode, is how he's brought all that green atrium into his designs there, and you're doing the same thing along here.
Yeah, well, it's all Crown land around here. It's all, so our landscaping is I've got a particular sort of zeal for good landscaping because let's face it, most commercial landscaping shit house.
Yep.
So we want to do something that's actually good. So we're actually integrating
bit more than a bit of wood chips and some random plants.
Correct. So everything integrates into the bush surrounding us. So you'll have that sort of connection to nature.
Yep.
So that'll be good.
That'll be awesome.
People are asking for.
Yeah,
talk to us about the location, right? So I think early on in meeting you, I think I was introduced to Brian Haratzis.
Yes.
He's a lead economist, and he was talking about this area being the next Cremorne.
That's right.
And in terms of the upscale and the potential in
so I've always employed Brian and macro plan early on the project. Just look at the overall macro demand for a product, whether it be apartments or commercial products. And he's saying basically Geelong needs 20 Barwon business parks, given the population growth expected. We're the first, but he sees a great rep for it. he thinks this is going to go off, and actually the people who are buying now will do really well.
Yeah.
Because this whole
I tend
area.
to agree. It's underutilised, and there's grand plans for the mixed use of all these sites now. And this is the first of the big projects.
Like this could actually be residential down the track. So there is long-term ambition for it to be mixed use. Council have plans, but you know, that it could be. Like really, the site's too good for commercial. It really should be residential. So anyone getting here for commercial is getting a great bang for their buck.
Yeah. And where do you see this precinct in 5-10 years?
Well, I tend to agree with Brian.
Yeah.
I think Cremorne. You walk through Cremorne or Richmond on the Yarra, it's got all the attributes.
And you know, from a location perspective, we're actually, you know, surrounded by, you know, Belmont, Highton, and Newtown. So
that's right.
From a residential catchment in terms of working close to home and whatnot, River, there's a lot to add, isn't there? A lot to like in terms of
tick the boxes.
So you've done apartments, and now a business park. It's a fair bit of development in the Geelong region.
Yes.
What advice would you give to a developer or someone coming into looking to develop in Geelong?
Be prepared for setbacks. It's like Geelong's no different to Melbourne, but everything now is hard.
Yeah.
Like the amount of red tape is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm sure any developer would see that. But I think Geelong's got fantastic upside. You know, with the population growth expected. It's like we had Brian Haratz's macro plan update their report for us. Was it last year? And they actually underestimated the population growth by 100,000 or something crazy.
It's interesting how much due diligence you go to in this project and the other ones as well, where you get that sort of demographic studies and everything, you know, predicting what's going to happen as much as what is happening at the time, isn't it?
Well, I think it's also, well, for me as a developer, it sort of gives me a bit of comfort. This is all new. Yeah. But also when I make sure the buyers get that information as well. Yeah. They're all pretty astute buyers. Yeah. That they can say, yes, this all makes sense. Yeah. It's not just a gut feeling. It's backed up by statistics and facts.
Yeah.
So if we can actually talk about the individual units themselves, they're of various size. I think number 7 is a cracker, which is
that's a crown
corner, three-sided glass one. But they're generally 3 levels, so they've got ground floor parking.
Yes.
And then 2 floors of office.
Correct.
And as you alluded before, we've got outdoor decks and openable windows.
And you got the open windows, you get that cross ventilation, fresh air. So
there's
again,
there's lifts to different
lifts in the last one here in the corner, the lot 7, and
plenty of parking on site.
Parking on site. You've got a cafe there with a great barista, makes great coffee, and we've got inter-trip facilities, solar panels.
So sustainability is the big buzzword.
Yeah, it's S all the way through.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And when do we expect the first tenants to be moving in?
Well, we've signed up our contract with Island Brown, and they're looking to finish by March next year. So it's a quick build. We've done a lot of homework, and so
ready to go.
Get ready to go.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing what Barwon Business Park brings. It's going to be truly unique, and really it's going to be, I reckon, the benchmark for office in Geelong. So thanks for joining us on Props, Phil, and we'll see you soon.
Great.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it.
Great.
Thank you.